Last year, WNBA players were doing everything in their power to get rid of Caitlin Clark. These minimum wage earners, they did not want to be rescued by the Great White Hope. This year, WNBA players have gotten exactly what they wanted. Caitlin Clark has essentially missed the entire season, and the WNBA has suffered the consequences.
The WNBA was thrown into chaos the moment Caitlin Clark's words cut through the silence in a heated face-to-face with Sue Bird. It wasn't just a clash, it felt like history colliding with the present. And while some brushed it off, I couldn't help but notice. This wasn't new. Steph and I had always carried this edge, but tonight, it burned brighter than ever.
Even been something like me and Steph have always talk about when we go and watch film, and even that New York game where I played really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game. This just this last game this year. I started the fourth quarter off with 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me, and she was like this is a learning moment. You got to be able to yes, maybe it could have been there. Maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass. Maybe they could have caught it, but do we need that in this moment? No. Right. And then she subbed me back in, and there was a play where I kind of got a steal, and we're going in transition, and Kelsey Mitchell just takes off down the middle of the floor, and so there's 2 people kind of by her, and I literally go to grab the ball, and then I just dribble out, and I literally just start smiling so big, and I look at Steph, and I told her after the game,
that better be on film.
Yeah, I'm you don't understand how hard it was for me to not.
What we witnessed was raw, unfiltered truth, a rare glimpse into the battles she's been fighting in the shadows. Clark's story isn't just about recovery. It's about heartbreak, frustration, and standing up against a league that often failed to protect her. Every step forward seemed chained to a setback. The hype promised stardom, but her rookie year became a brutal trial, testing her strength, mind, and spirit in ways no one could have imagined. And yet, this was only the beginning.
I know you want to be out there.
Definitely been hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go to every road game no matter what, whether I'm playing or not. And it's hard because obviously I do feel this responsibility of being out there and playing, and not that I think there's a fear of any of this ever going away. That doesn't happen when LeBron or Steph get hurt. They're always gonna be there. Yeah, exactly.
Before she could even taste rhythm, it was ripped away. One moment she was rising, the next, sidelined. Everything froze. Would she even get a chance to show who she really was?
Caitlin Clark will miss at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Wednesday's game at the Mystics will be the first game she's ever missed, college or pro.
From May 28th to June 10th, she vanished from the court, a ghost of what could have been. She had started with fire, 5 games in, building confidence, carving her space, until the cruel hand of injury struck again. A left groin strain forced her to sit 4 more games. And now, Caitlin Clark was staring down the nightmare no rookie dreams of, missing her 2nd straight matchup. The question loomed, how much more could she take?
Fortunately, Caitlin Clark will miss her 2nd straight game due to a left groin injury. Clark missed last night's game against the Los Angeles Sparks in Cambridge Fieldhouse with the same issue. There's no official word on the severity of the injury, but the team said that they would be taking it day to day. This will be the 7th game Clark has been sidelined for this season.
Commissioner's Cup Final, circled on every calendar, promised redemption. June 26th to July 5th was meant to be her comeback window. Instead, disaster struck. July 15th, another blow. Her right groin gave way. Just when hope had returned, the nightmare deepened. And then, out of nowhere, ESPN dropped a fresh report this morning. Something no one saw coming.
This morning, ESPN is reporting that Caitlin Clark has injured her groin for the 2nd time this season. Clark left last night's game in the final minute, holding back tears after grabbing at her leg. She just returned back to WNBA action after missing 9 games for 2 other leg injuries. Despite the apparent injury, Clark racked up 14 points and made 4 of 14 shots.
This was the breaking point. Her grit, her hope, her belief, it all teetered on the edge. Clark admitted the mental weight crushed her like nothing before. In college, she was iron, never missing a game. But here, tossed into her 30th as a pro without even a full training camp, she was forced to trust a body that kept betraying her. How long could she keep trusting it?
You do want want to play. Like, you want to give people something to cheer about or scream about, or, you know, people spend so much time and money and resources to come and watch you play. And it's been cool to like see people continue to show up, and like for my teammates, whether they're like fans of the Fever or just fans of myself, like they're continuing to show up and support. And like
every return carried the same haunting question. Would it betray her again? The pain wasn't just physical. It was a storm eating at her soul. Clark knew the league depended on her. With her, the Indiana Fever went 8-5. Without her, a flat 9-9. Fans faded. Ratings sank. A staggering 2.5 million tuned in to watch her on May 17th against the Sky. Without her, barely 1.5 million. Each absence wasn't just a personal struggle. It was a hit to the very league she was meant to save. And when Sue Bird was asked about patience, she didn't shy away from the question.
Viewership and ticket sales are like up across the WNBA, and then and they're also, when you don't play, there's a dip, like a substantial dip. So how do you handle, does it impact your patience? You know what I mean? Like, you're coming back from this injury and you know this, everybody knows this, that when you play that changes.
Yeah.
I guess the better question is, how are you like managing it so it doesn't impact your patience?
Clark's reply stunned everyone. Instead of fiery words, she shared something deeply personal, a text from her mother after the latest injury. You've given so much to everyone else. Now, it's time to take care of yourself. It wasn't just advice, it was a warning. But the real question lingered. Would she finally listen?
I think early on with the first couple injuries, I was like, oh, like I need to get back. But I think like my mom texted me like after this last injury, and like they know how hard it's been on me. But my mom was like, you know, you've taken so much time for everybody else. Like, you have to take time for yourself now. So just trying to do that the best I can too.
That moment shifted everything. For the first time, Clark chose herself over the league, over the fans, even over her own relentless drive. But what set the internet ablaze came moments later. Sue Bird teased her about sideline coaching. Clark's grin widened, and with perfect timing she said, "I'd make a great ref. No call would slip by me." It was sharp, playful, and devastatingly accurate. This wasn't a rookie venting after a bad night. This was the league's brightest star torching its credibility on the biggest stage.
I feel like I would be a really good ref though, from the side.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't miss the call.
Backseat ref.
The fallout was immediate. Support poured in from veterans. "You just said what we've been shouting in locker rooms for years." Hashtags exploded. Hashtag fix the whistle. Hashtag Clark was right. Every questionable call across the league was tagged with her name. Inside WNBA offices, executives split, silence her, or let her ride the storm. But this wasn't just about words. On tape, patterns emerged. Constant traps, unrelenting physicality, possessions designed to break her down. Groin, quad, groin again. Her body told the story of a league testing its crown jewel. Then came the game. Early drive, obvious foul, no whistle. The crowd erupted in fury. Clark's smirk, caught perfectly on camera, said it all. Moments later, a three-point attempt, clear contact. This time, the whistle screamed. She looked directly at the ref, nodded, and mouthed words that fans dissected frame by frame online. By night's end, she had flirted with a triple-double and carried the Fever to victory. But the box score was just numbers. The real statement was louder. Clark was no longer afraid of the whistle. Analysts debated, had she forced respect or poked the bear too hard? Some hailed her courage. Others warned she was playing with fire. Yet in the press room, Clark's only words were calm, "I just play the game. The rest is for others to decide." Which left the world wondering, was this just basketball or the start of something bigger?
Moments, but like, I don't really care what people say. At the end of the day, like, I'm in a position where there's going to be, you know, criticism, and there's going to be people that love me. Like, that's what happens when you're playing sport at the highest level. Like, that's how it goes for everybody, whether you're a football player, basketball player, baseball player.
Meanwhile, another storyline was rising. Sophie Cunningham wasn't just competing on the court, she was stealing the spotlight everywhere she went. And her rise, it was nothing short of explosive.
Sophie Cunningham came to the Indiana Fever in the offseason. She's been taking full advantage of every opportunity she's got. An opportunity on the court, ballin'. An opportunity to protect Caitlin Clark, did that. Off the court endorsement deals. Off the court advertisers are falling in love with her. We got Colin Cowherd saying, hey, Sophie, you want your own podcast? Sophie Cunningham says, sure, I'll take my own podcast. And what has Sophie Cunningham been?
From gritty role player to headline star, Sophie's transformation caught everyone off guard. It didn't begin with stats. It began with bold choices, risks no one expected her to take. And once she started, there was no turning back.
Everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the #1 selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out. Now, why is that significant? I'll tell you. Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham.
Here's the twist. Sophie's impact has never been about the scoreboard. What makes her unforgettable is the way she dominates the culture. The swagger, the presence, the takeover. Drop a Sophie rules in the comments if you're still with us. Because the real question is this: how does a player averaging modest numbers become the heartbeat of an entire league? The answer lies in a deadly mix of marketing genius, unshakable confidence, and a complete reinvention.
Sophie needed to get that off of her chest. The referees are treating her like a princess. She might as well be wearing a tiara. It's never really a winning mentality. She's made it clear she's not afraid to get a fine. The one thing that it seems that WNBA players can agree on is the officiating sucks in the WNBA. She knows how to play the game, and her game is translating just nicely to the...
To understand Sophie's takeover, you have to trace her roots. When she entered the WNBA, she wasn't about flashy outfits or viral clips. She was grit embodied. Diving for loose balls, fighting for rebounds, doing the dirty work coaches love. But now, the glow-up is undeniable. Her style commands attention. Her movements are sharper. Her physique screams dominance. And the second she steps out of the tunnel, you can feel it in the air. Game over. Sophie isn't confined to the WNBA anymore. Every moment she's there, it feels like her world. And if this is just the beginning, then the league has no idea what's coming next.